All right, boys and girls, now that we've looked at some murals done by Maya Hayuk, it's our turn to create some murals ourselves, but we're not going to make actual paintings. What we're going to do is use the tablets, use the iPads, to create virtual murals that could enhance and make our campus more beautiful. So you're going to be working with a partner. We're going to be using an app called Assembly. Now, when you get the iPad, don't do anything with it yet. All right, but what you'll want to do once we get started is we're going to hit the home button. All right, and if you get a screen like this, or if there's a character on there, that's okay. You just slide to unlock it. And then what we're looking for is our Assembly app. And it looks like a little abstract bird. Once you find it, go ahead and click on it. Now, once you do that, it will probably look like this when you open it up. Okay, this is the project page, and you may see some other projects that have been built already by students. Some of you are going to see more than others depending on how many times the iPad was used. What we want to do is we want to hit New Project, and it opens up to your canvas, basically your piece of paper for the day. Now, we could just design on the white screen like that, but we're going to make it look more realistic, like you are actually creating a mural for school. So what you'll do is down here at the bottom, right now we're in shapes, and you can see these shapes down here, right? But what we're looking for first is the word artboard, right? And I'm going to click on it right there. Now, if you don't find it down here, for some of you, if I were to click on up here, it would be located here. Okay? So, let me go back. So what we want to do is click that artboard. And once you get it, whether you click on it here or up here, you're going to notice that there is a load photo and change background. What we want to do is load a photo. And that's going to open up to your camera roll. And what you're looking for is a blank wall at Zamorano. Is that a wall? Nope. Is that a wall? Nope. Is that a wall? Nope. Are those walls? Yes, indeedy. And you want to decide which one of those you'd like to work with. Now, all you have to do is click on the photograph, and there's going to be a check mark down here. So once you have the image that you like, go ahead and hit that check mark, and now you've got that. So then what we want to do is we want to experiment with shapes. I'm going to go ahead and click on shape, and you're going to see these tiles. Now, what we're going to do is just focus on geometric shapes. No nature shapes like mountains or animals, things like that. If I do happen to see you experimenting with it, I'm going to ask you to delete it, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay? So you can see a row of shapes down here. All right? If I click on this, above those, you can see now I can see more of those shapes at once. So these are still geometric shapes. These are the ones that I would like you to avoid. Okay? So anything that's kind of geometric. Now, let's say I want to add a shape. I'm going to pick that. So what you can do after you select the shape, a few things. I can hold one finger on there, and I can kind of move it around on the wall. All right? I can take this and rotate it on the wall. I can take that dot and pull it and push it until I find something that I like. I cover up that paint spot. Now, one important thing too, the design that you create is up to you. I do want you to make sure you are experimenting with overlapping. So that means I could have this shape on top of that one, or if I want it to cover part of it and part of another one. Alright, so you can see how I'm creating something. Maybe I want that to go over there, but you can see how I'm experimenting with overlapping. But the one thing that you need to be careful of besides that is you don't want to have it off the wall. Okay? If it's one of the long walls or the wall ball wall, you want to make sure that it is contained to that wall. Don't have it on the blacktop. Don't have it hang up in the sky, because you can't paint that if you're a painter. The only thing that you can paint on is that wall shape. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back right there. Now, It's very important that if you want to move a shape or change it, however you want to do it, there's always that box around it. So if I want to change that shape, I can do that. Okay? So you can see how I'm starting to build and create something. If I want to change sizes, I can do that. So you can see how I'm starting to build. Now, let's say, besides that, if you don't like a shape, there's a little trash can right there. You're going to notice a little wrench. So if I do that, it takes it away, but you can use some of those tools too. So, but if I don't like a shape, I hit that little trash can and it takes it away. If I want to bring it back, I can do that. So if you don't happen to like something, or it's not going to work, you can delete it with that little trash can. Now watch this. I'm going to click on here, and there's a little circle right there, and you can see how I can rotate that shape easily. So I can do it by hand by holding the dot, or I can do it like that by holding that side. Okay? So you can see how I'm doing that. Now, once you do that, I can also flip the shape like this too, with those two triangles. So you can see how I can do that. Now, if you want to experiment with color, say those aren't the colors I want to work with, I can go down here on Styles and click on that. And so now it gives me these colors. So if I want to change that, I can click on that. You can see how it changes it. Maybe I want it to be white. So you can see how I can experiment with the colors. I'm going to go back to that. But I can also do this. There's 3 little dots right here, and I can click on those. I'm going to go off of that for a second. I'm going to work with that shape so you can see it. So 3 dots, and now I'm going to move this over. You can see that when I do that, that shape is going to change colors. It can also, if I use this part of the wheel, it can make that color either a tint, a very light version of it, by mixing white with it, or it could be a shade where I mix black with it. Right? And that's going to be up to you. Right? Once you have the color that you like, it's going to show up down here, and I can click check. And then if I want to change like this shape to that color, I can go ahead and do that. Or if I want to go in and change more colors, there's colors down here too that you can look at. So I can switch that whole color scheme and do something like that. Keep that. So you get the idea. Once you have your project done, and both partners have gone back and forth with it to experiment, both partners have experimented by working with color, both partners have experimented with working with shape, then we want to save it so that I can email it to your teacher, right? And in order to do that, we hit up here those 3 little bars, and this one in orange says Save to Library. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It saved it. So now I can go back. If I want to clear the shapes on that and do a new one, I can. I can just do that, and it comes back. Okay? Or you can see what I did right there. There's a back arrow, so I can either bring it back. Maybe I just want to change it. If I want to start over, I can do that. So when you're completely done, you can go and double check, and there's my image. Now what I'll do is these files will get emailed back to your teacher, and you can look at them on your big Promethean board. Sound good? Sound fun? Let's do it.